Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dawson, his name is Justin, and his name is Cameron, and today we saw Suicide Squad. This is his second viewing, our first viewing, and we're going to give you our thoughts and opinions on critic reviews and what we actually think about the movie. So far on IMDb, it's a 7.1, 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 40% on Metacritic. It's directed by David Ayers and stars Margot Robbie, Jared Leto, and Will Smith as the three leads, kind of.
Yeah.
So, Suicide Squad is a movie that basically revolves around a bunch of villains that are kind of contracted in to doing some good stuff. They basically are forced against their will to save the world or get their heads blown off. Pretty much the synopsis of the movie. It's based off of comic book characters by DC Entertainment, of course. But yeah, so far, what have the critics said, Justin?
Basically, everybody's heard about how Rotten Tomatoes has been getting so much shit for their extremely low scoring for the movie, but then the fans have
just 26%.
Yeah, while the fans say more like 70 to 80%. So this is definitely a movie to more trust the fans than the actual critics.
Yeah.
Because these critics seem to have a stick up their butt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just Rotten Tomatoes. When it came to Batman v Superman, I kind of saw it. I saw the problems with it. I saw, the studios having their hands in it too much. But with Suicide Squad, its biggest downfall, spoiler alert, is most of the movies in the trailers.
Yeah.
Most of the big parts, besides the villain, which we kind of already knew who it was. Yeah. Pretty much everything's in the trailers. And if you are looking forward to see Jared Leto's performance as the Joker taking over, well, not taking over, but after Heath Ledger's performance, watch the trailers and you'll see every single thing he's in, pretty much. Most of his stuff was cut out. There are a few parts in the movie that are different than they are in the trailer. There's a few lines he says in the trailers that are cut out of the movie. But yeah, I mean, what are, besides the things we just said, critics and the Joker basically just being in the trailers and everything else in the movie has been cut out dramatically, what do you feel about Suicide Squad?
I went in with almost no expectations because for me, I love superhero movies. I love all the Marvel movies, the DC movies. I found enjoyment out of so far. So, but still, I like going in with low expectations or no expectations, just so I'm not overtly disappointed. And this time, I was actually pretty impressed by what I saw.
Okay, what do you think?
I was well, since they started out like the newer ones of Suicide Squad, I really liked them. I was really fascinated with the concept of the criminals being coerced into doing these impossible, suicidal, obviously, tasks, or they die, and if they complete it, they get time off their sentence, or they get, as seen in the movie, spoilers, big quest, small things.
Small things being TV porn for Killer Croc.
Express machine for Harley.
And a visit with his daughter for
Deadshot.
Deadshot. Honestly, the character that I was most interested in seeing is, of course, the Joker.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you what I think about him because there's not enough within the movie to really give an honest opinion. Heath Ledger had a whole movie.
Yeah, this was not a Joker movie. This was a Joker cameo, basically, in a movie.
Yeah, and I thought there was gonna be more because when they first said Joker's gonna be a movie, it was just a cameo. He was just gonna pop up and he was gonna leave. And then they did so much marketing for him, we were led to believe he was gonna be in it more.
Yeah.
With all the behind the scenes we've seen, him being on set pretty much through the entire thing, we thought there was gonna be a lot more. And they weren't wrong. I guess the studio was not wrong by saying that it's just a cameo. I was just expecting a lot more from what we kind of saw behind the scenes. But we weren't really misled because we were initially told it was just a cameo.
Yeah.
But I still am kind of disappointed in the studio because they let us. They made us believe that he was going to be in the movie more. I mean, he's on every single poster. He's in every single trailer. The character everybody's been waiting to see was Jared Leto. He was the first character shown from the movie. So, and that's just because of the wide popularity of Joker. It's like people go to see the new Rogue One movie because Darth Vader's going to be in it for a few scenes.
Yeah.
But just that Darth Vader being in it is going to pull more people in. So, of course, they're going to do marketing for Darth Vader even though it's not his movie in Rogue One. Same thing with this. It's not his movie, but because he is such a big character and because they are following Heath Ledger, they're going to market him much more. And I think that's disappointing on the marketing department side because they really let us. They let us down a hole that now a lot of people are mad and they're going to have repercussions for it. But overall, the movie is good. If you haven't seen any of the trailers, you're going to like it more. If you've seen the trailers, there's pretty much only a few scenes that are new to you, which is disappointing for some, and I get that. But the characters are fine. The actors are fine. There were a few things I was like, okay, that's not how that should be. Like when it comes to like Killer Croc. Anybody could be Killer Croc in this movie. And I said that. He grunted and he said a few words and he looked around. That was it. That was his whole performance. Katana came in, cried, and then sliced some stuff. Slipknot is his name.
You didn't have 5 minutes and his head blew up.
Yeah.
He was just there to be an example of.
Yeah, and I even said that right when the first trailer dropped, or the first two trailers, because the only part they showed, or the only parts that he was in was pretty much the very beginning of the trailer, in that one part where they're all like meeting each other when the helicopter first crashes, and then he's in there, he's not in any of the other fights.
Yeah.
So I even said he's going to die, but I didn't expect him to be like immediately killed.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing with Civil War and what's his name, Crossbones.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Blew up right in the beginning of the movie,
Yeah, that was very anticlimactic.
and he was marketed being a pretty big villain in the movie.
Yeah.
So
when he wasn't.
it's kind of a different scenario because Slipknot was not marketed to be a massive part of the movie, but Crossbones was.
If anybody out there is watching this, if you're gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at the way these movies are being marketed, because marketing team is in charge of the trailers, it's in charge of the posters you see, it's in charge of the behind the scenes, what gets sent out to who. I mean, the marketing department, it's broken up into different departments within the marketing department, but they're all in charge of this. And, they're told to do stuff, they're told to send out certain stuff, but this movie was marketed wrong. It was marketed fun. All the trailers were great. The soundtrack in this movie was fantastic.
I really love the music they chose.
They-
Like when they played the White Stripes when they were all coming together, I thought that was a really cool song to
Or
use.
Queen in the first trailer.
And then at the end of the movie, like every song in the trailers, which everybody loved, they're all in the movie. They're not in the places that you think they're going to be, but they're all in the movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is great. It's just David Ayers. I don't know what else he's directed. I really don't. So I don't know if he was the right choice for Suicide Squad, but I don't think he was the wrong choice. I'm glad that Zack Snyder didn't direct it, because he's busy with Justice League and stuff like that. Like, if we want a good Justice League movie, he doesn't need to have he can produce the shit because it's his universe.
Yeah.
It's his universe. But he produced Suicide Squad. He was the leading producer on Suicide Squad, but he had no business directing it. But overall, I am pleasantly disappointed, but I enjoyed it. Just like Batman v Superman, I'll buy it. I'll buy it and I'll rewatch it, and I'll still enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to a Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
I am. If they decide to make it, or if they decide to do spin-offs of Joker, Deadshot, whoever. I'm
I mean,
looking forward
they're
to
in
it.
talks about Harley Quinn movie, so
Yeah.
that's already
Deadshot might get his own
possibility.
as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm.
But with this movie, I can see where the critics are coming from, but they're being way too harsh.
Yeah.
As they were with Batman v Superman, they're being way too harsh. It's not a critical failure by any means. So many worse movies out there.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the thought. Any final thoughts, guys?
I just want to ask, what is your favorite character from Suicide Squad? Like, out of just the core team, what is your favorite one?
The core team,
Yeah.
it's a tie.
Between?
Harley or Deadshot.
Yeah.
I also like first time in a long time that Jai Courtney did a good job in a role.
Yeah.
It's the first time in a long. He's Boomerang.
Mm.
That's the first time. He's not a great actor, but he actually pulled off
Yeah, he
Boomerang.
did a good job.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be a lead. He needs to be a supporting character, and
Definitely.
he did a good job as Boomerang. He had a lot of good comedy, though. All the fucking comedy was in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
He still did a good job as Boomerang, but yeah, I think it's a toss up between Harley and Deadshot. And who's yours?
I really enjoyed Deadshot. He's a cool character, and Will Smith did an excellent job playing him. But I also really like Diablo,
Oh yeah.
and like when he like transformed into
Into like
his
that
fire
form
beast,
and all that.
it literally made my jaw drop.
Yeah.
It just looked so.
I was waiting for
badass.
that. I was waiting for it the entire movie, and I was like, here, just like the Phoenix Force within
Yeah.
X-Men Apocalypse. I was waiting for him to change, and I was like, there it goes.
Like, that's something I didn't know he could do. So when I saw it, I just was blown away by just it looks so fucking badass.
Yeah. Before you say your favorite characters, I do
Yeah.
want to hear another downfall. Who the fuck did the CGI in this movie? Because, spoiler alert, Cara Delevingne as the Enchantress is the villain,
Oh yeah.
but her brother is also kind of the villain, and the CGI for the brother sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really,
It was
bad.
terrible. Like El Diablo's fire, beautiful. It was awesome.
When Enchantress
Yeah.
she first comes in, where she like flips like a
The-
June Moon like calls her, and she like her hand flips and
That was great.
transforms into her.
But with the brother, and even like when Enchantress is in her other form,
Oh, the goddess form.
the goddess form, whatever it is, even that didn't look that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But there are good parts of the CGI, but there's some that are so choppy that's just like holy shit. Like when he's walking on the stairs, he's like sliding down them.
Yeah.
He's not even walking. He's just like, ooh, it's not that great. Who's your favorite character?
I'm tied between Rick Flag. I really liked him,
Yeah.
and Deadshot. Reason for Rick Flag is like he's this like super badass special forces guy, and he has like the whole honest soldier mentality. And they really showed that, and Deadshot, because like I said before, I was a really big fan of him before, and they show in the comics. I mean, he does have his moments where he can be funny, but it's usually just one-liners. In the movie, they have he's a lot more funny.
Yeah.
They show him serious too, and like really badass, especially spoilers. When the first shootout with the creatures, whatever they are, he literally charges into them,
Yeah.
jumps up on a car and just blasting away with them. Everyone's just looking at him like, holy crap.
And one thing, you mentioned the shooting. They put so many bullets into those creatures that in the elevator, Harley shot him once.
Yeah.
Continuity error. Why?
I mean, she also took him out with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
They
it's-
weren't strong creatures.
They weren't
No.
no. creatures. And also, there's one scene that I love that I caught immediately, where it's Boomerang, Deadshot, and Harley's in the middle, and she comes up behind them and puts her hand on both of them.
Yeah.
But then they cut away, and then she's coming up again. So there's a scene where she does it twice.
Yeah.
Where she comes up behind them and puts her hand on. And I caught it immediately. I was like, God, it's a whole thing with The Dark Knight where there's one scene where like the Joker's holding on Batman like this, and then the next guy he's doing this, and then the next guy he's doing this. So it's like they did like the cut between shots, and they just missed it. They just missed the hand placement. Hand placements are the worst in movies because you don't remember. You don't care where your hands are. You're told to put them on the shoulders, but that's it. You're like put your hands on the shoulders, and then the next shot they cut. Next shot you're coming in again. It just was those little things that I caught in the movie were like, come on, editors. It's kind of a short movie. It's all in the dark. You can you can do something with the hands. Out of 10, what do you give Suicide Squad?
I thought this film was actually extremely solid. for being DC's third film in this universe. Like, they're still trying to find their footing, of course, because it takes a while. Like, Marvel took a while to find their
Oh my
footing.
god, there's so many bad Marvel movies.
Yeah, they took.
Don't act like Marvel's the king. They
Yeah,
are the
no.
king.
They're the king when it comes to
Now they're
bringing
the
the
king
money.
now.
Yeah, they're the king of money, but they have a lot of bad movies underneath their belt
Yeah.
too.
It took Marvel a good while to get their footing straight and actually start putting out movies that are like smash hits that got great scores one after another. But this one, I'll give DC a little bit of a break since they are still trying to find their footing. I think this movie was a good 8
Okay.
to me.
Out of 10.
I would say like a good like 7 or 8. Yeah, I mean like animated wise, they have like plenty of like really good movies. Like the newest one, The Killing Joke. I watched a little bit of it, and I was just like, wow.
They're good animated wise, but when it's live action or their cinematic universe, they're still trying to set it up.
Yeah.
And the studio has their hand in it too much. They need to, like, Warner Brothers needs to pull back and stop trying to make it like the animated movies.
Yeah.
They need to let it go. It's not the comic book, it's not the animated, it's the live action universe. Let it go.
What do you think?
For me,
Yeah.
7.
Fair enough.
It's a 7. For me, it's a 7. I enjoyed it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Justin, take us out. Thank you for being here, by the way.
No problem.
So, let us know down below what you thought about this movie. Tell us your rating out of 10. If you have any thoughts you have, tell us about your favorite characters, this, that, and whatever you'd like to say. We like reading, and it'd be cool to see. I'm Justin. He's Dawson. That is Cameron. We'd like to thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.